Born in 1871 in Jacksonville, Florida, James Weldon Johnson was fascinated and encouraged to study English literature and studied European musical tradition. It was through his mother, Helen Louise Dillette, and his father, James Johnson, that he gained the love of English literature.
In 1887, he attended Atlanta University with an intention that the education he would acquire would help further interest for the African American race. In the summer of 1891, Johnson visited the rural district in Georgia to teach the children of former slaves. Inspired by the achievements of his father, Johnson's self-confidence led him to pursue his professional career.
During the year 1897, James Weldon Johnson became the first African American to be admitted to the Florida bar exam. In order to be administrated, Johnson took a 2-hour exam in front of 3 attorneys and a judge. In 1906, he received an honorary master's degree. Soon after, he headed for Stanton, a school that is exclusively for African Americans.
Johnson became the principal at Stanton, which was the largest public school in Jacksonville. As the principal, Johnson had made standards for the 9th and 10th grades. Because he was African American, he only made half of the income as a Caucasian man would make.
Johnson was promoted as a head leader for the National Association for the Advancement of Colored People, or NAACP, in 1916. In the 1920s, he was one of the most influential leaders during the Harlem Renaissance, all because of his work as a poet, editor, and critic. He quit his job at NAACP to accept his job as a creative literature college teacher at Fisk University in Nashville. He would lecture and educate his students about the civil rights of African Americans. Johnson resigned from his job in 1938.
In 1910, Johnson married Grace Nail, an artist of pastels, and helped Johnson with the screenwriting project.
On June 26, 1938, near his summer home in Wiscasset, Maine, James Weldon Johnson died from a terrible accident of his car getting hit by a train. His funeral was located in Harlem, where over 2,000 people
Children, have you ever met the bogeyman before?
Welcome to the Q Show. Tonight our special guest is the man of glory, fierce beauty, and amazing poet, James Weldon Johnson.
Hello everybody, might I say. This is a beautiful audience, especially you in the middle. You're quite spiffy yourself.
Thank you. So, how are you today, my good friend?
I'm as fit as a fiddle.
So I read your latest poems, and I must say, I'm extremely satisfied.
Well, thank you.
God's Trombones was a great collection of your latest. And my one favorite, a prayer one.
Oh, you mean Listen More to Prayer? That one came straight from the heart. Had me tear. Oh.
The audience can see that it was an amazing poem.
Well, thank you. About a particularly popular poem of mine. And, I think the audience might know about it. You interested?
Yeah.
It's a Negro love song. I just think it's so beautiful. It's called My Lady's Lips. I'm like the honey. Breeze of sun, summer, southern nights, stars are gleaming in the glow, moon just shining bright, strolling like all the other lovers do, down the lane with my darling Lindy Lou. Honey on her lips to waste, speck on guan to steal a taste. Oh, my lady's lips, I'm like the honey. My lady's lips, I'm like the rose, and I'm just little be buzzing round the flower where the nectar grows. My lady's lips, they smile so tempting. My lady's lips so white they shine. Oh, my lady's lips so tantalizing. My lady's lips so close to mine. Bird whistling in the plain. Live Dale, live oak tree. Seems to get me saying, kiss that gal. Want to take you out of your work if I'm in my Waterloo. Want to blame all on you. On my lady's lips, I'm like the honey. My lady's lips, I'm like the rose. And I'm just a little bee buzzing round the flower where the nectar grows. My lady's lips, they smile so tempting. My lady's lips, so white they shine. On my lady's lips, so tantalizing. My lady's lips so close to mine. Honey in the rose, I suppose it put there for the bee. Honey on her lips, I knows it is put there for me. Seen a sparkle in her eye. Heard her heave a little sigh. Felt her squeeze my hand, enough to make me understand. Are you crying? It's okay. It's okay. Are you okay? Mr. Q, are you okay? Speak to me.
How's your wife doing?
Oh, Grace, man, well, I love that girl till I die. We've been married since 1910, but it feels like an eternity.
You working on anything new?
I'm working on this new poem. It's called Black Manhattan. It's actually going to be coming out later on this year. I've been working on it for a couple of years now, actually, myself.
Well, I'm sure it's going to be a great... Ah! Look at the time! Well, it was great having you.
Well, I appreciate being on your show. Thank you for having me myself.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
Good night.
Children, have you ever met the bogeyman before? No, of course you haven't, for you're much too good, I'm sure. Don't you be afraid of him if he should visit you. He's a great big coward, so I'll tell you what to do. Hush, hush,